Season 8 of MCC is slated to hit your update tray soon, and with it comes one of the most customization-rich content drops in MCC's history. While each season usually adds 1 or 2 extra helmets for various games, both Halo Reach and Halo 3 are getting very large content drops this time, as 343 is inserting a brand new collection of original and more ancient style designs into the game. And only the Halo fanbase could find a way to complain about this 100% free content for games that are nearly 11 and 14 years old respectively. I'm the Home Slice, Ascend Hyperion, and today's video works in 2 parts. First, we'll talk about the possibilities that the Season 8 armor brings to our customization pool and the value we can find in that. In the back half, we'll talk about some of the common arguments, gripes, and tantrums people have thrown in respect to the Season 8 armor, and debunk some of the, in my opinion, pointless arguments being made. It's a longer video today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's get started. So the first thing I wanted to do in this video was provide a style guide of sorts for the new season of MCC. Dedicated fans might remember the video I did in December of 2020, where I explained how the inclusion of the Halo Online armors in Halo 3 was nowhere as near terrible as people wanted to pretend it was, and how content creators and players alike fueled a false narrative about the update by spamming and clout chasing off of just sharing the admittedly more questionable armor selections. Unfortunately, it looks like Halo fans need a refresher course on why you should never let Twitter and Reddit control your full perception of Halo news. While I agree that some of these armor sets are better looking than others, one major advantage this content drop provides is an insane extension of the total possible armor combinations in Halo Reach and then Halo 3 especially. The mistake many fans have already made, and will probably continue to make, is to act as though the new armor cannot be blended with the old armor. This is so wrong it hurts. For example, you just watched me assemble a simple Bellows Spartan. This armor combo is made up of mostly old era Halo armor, and in fact, I specifically put this one together to mimic a certain classic Halo set. Can you guess which? That's right, this Bellows combo is done in the same way as Hayabusa is, which is a focus on the ethnic styles on the helmet and the shoulders, with the rest being basically just Mark 6 gear. You can even do a cheeky swap on the back option by trading the katana for the spear. This combo alone breaks the illusion that happy middle ground can't be found in this armor, but truthfully, you don't even have to commit this highly. There are actually far more subtle options to choose that make your Spartan more unique. What about my Season 8 Mark 6 Spartan here? By simply subbing in the cool lattice wave tech suit and a new set of shoulders, I've taken advantage of the new stuff in Season 8. I use the color options actually to further push this cool new style. And this is, again, an armor combo that is unassuming and very well fit cleanly into Halo as is. But the possibilities don't end there, because we only blended Season 8 armor with Halo 3 2007 armor. We can blend it with all the Fireteam Raven and Halo Online stuff we have too. That's how I created the Winter Wolf set seen here, for a more flashy yet still elegant combination of over a decade's worth of Halo style options. I also put together this Hayabusa edit, turning our sword-swinging ninja into a winged Grandmaster dueler. I mean, look, the Hayabusa armor was cringe nerd bait already, but this is kinda bait among bait. Even I geeked out a little when I saw these screenshots. This is just cool. We of course can't forget about Halo Reach, which adopts the more war-torn ancient helmets so well into its already more grungy theme. This Spartan is badass and effortlessly incorporates old, new, and newer armor into its folds. And in the same way we had combos with a lot of old stuff and little new stuff, we can do ones that are nearly all new stuff. Check out what I call the Time Lost Warrior, made by mashing Fireteam Raven with Season 8 gear. This tanky build is like another natural parallel to Hayabusa as an ethnic warrior dragged centuries into the future to fight once more. I mean, this guy looks like a boss encounter in his own. These examples scratch the literal surface of my grander point. Many people have just been spending their time cherry picking the easy to make fun of options, like the skull head or the plague mask. But the reality is, much of the Season 8 armor is going to be invaluable to improving and expanding the potential for player expression in Halo Reach, and especially in Halo 3. Funny enough, when these cherry pickers are shown this reality, they become frustrated, because this invalidates their rhetoric that these armor pieces should never have been added in the first place. They, ironically, accuse displays of good or versatile armor as cherry picking itself, and demand that their dislike for the options be recognized as the only valid opinion. It's a sentiment that is wrapped in hypocrisy, and I want to talk about that word. One major argument people have against the Season 8 armor is that it isn't, that it isn't lore friendly or canon worthy. The first mistake is thinking anything in Halo 3's multiplayer is canon, because it isn't. In fact, canon multiplayer didn't really exist until Halo 4. But okay, let's pretend like this canon multiplayer lore thing is relevant to the argument. It's defeated from within. It was defeated in 2007. Why? Because what lore sense does it make for Spartans to have flaming helmets? Would it be lore friendly for a Spartan to carry a literal sword, a medieval combat tool around that would be effectively useless in a war fought with guns 500 years in the future from today? Can someone please explain to me the lore of the cloud that follows Spartans around? Does anyone want to explain a literal human skull being visible through this helmet? Again, can we explain the fire and why this time it's blue? What's the lore for inclement weather? What's the lore for me flipping a 2-ton mega truck without taking my hands off my gun? Why does confetti come out of humanity's most expensive military asset? Why are the Spartans killing each other? Why are the Spartans helping elites help kill Spartans? Is this segment getting a little long? Yeah? Well, it's because multiplayer and lore don't mix. Halo has always been a franchise friendly towards including goofy, out-of-pocket, or bleedingly cringeworthy items for the sake of player experience and customization. I don't know how people who claim they've been fans of this franchise for 5, 10, 15, 20 years could be so ignorant to this reality, but I think it's high time some of us got off our high horse. So what if a guy uses this helmet? If it was 2008 again, you probably wouldn't have cared. You were probably 13, and all you cared about was getting the cringe helmet you thought was cool. I grinded for weeks to get the security armor in Halo 3, and I remember vividly my friends making fun of me every day I had it on, because security used to be the ugly bug eye helmet. Uh-oh, perspective. Ratatouille moment there, huh? And if you used Hayabusa back in the day, man, dude, you were cringe lord supreme. You were made fun of everywhere you went. Here's the skinny. Whether you like it or not, the Season 8 armor has immense value as a customization tool for players. The reality of it is, if you can't handle the microscopic levels of inconvenience you experience when other players don't wear armor you like, well, dude, 343 has already given you a safe space for the game. It's called the armor toggle. If you need protection from other people's player expressions, the deal's already done. You have no soapbox to argue from. You've already been given your padded room. It's in many ways pointless to constantly claim that MCC is intended as this preservation effort for Halo. In reality, MCC is meant for Halo to be preserved, sure, but preserved and playable, not as a snapshot in time, not as a snapshot of 2008, not as a snapshot of 2010. It's an ongoing effort to make Halo relevant and playable in a modern gaming sphere. The game is going to continue to change up into the day they end development on MCC, because that's what it is in modern day gaming, constant expansion of your title. These are games that are already almost over a decade old in many cases. In order to constantly engage fans who have been playing them for that long, there needs to be some type of progression incentive, some type of reward, and players that are entering this franchise new are going to be looking for that same rewarding experience, that same progression, and change in what is offered. MCC takes a very positive approach by including those things by making them free, and is constantly finding ways to incorporate content from back in the day that we didn't have access to before. Look, what I'm saying is that 2008 is over. It's 2021. Halo is going to be a little different from how you experienced back in the day, and that isn't some end of the world issue. If you're someone who's on the fence about the new armors, give them a chance first. This is a game, not a $40,000 business venture. You don't have to be scared. You're not taking too much risk here. If at any point you decide you don't like the new options, don't use them. Continue rocking whatever you've been rocking since, 2008. Low key, that's what I do. I don't think I've changed my armor at all on MCC except for these videos. Like I always say, perspective is important. I think right now people are speaking from a perspective that's very dramatic and conflict-ridden. I don't think this issue is as big as we pretend it is, and it doesn't have to be that big going forward. That's gonna do it for today's video. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't, follow me on Twitter for more memes and irritation of other Halo fans, join my Discord linked below, and until next time, I'll catch y'all later.